I was 16 years old, and it was one of those Friday nights where my parents had gone out for dinner and a movie. They trusted me enough to stay home alone. It was winter, freezing cold outside, and our neighborhood was usually quiet by 9 p.m. The kind of quiet that makes you hear the hum of the refrigerator louder than anything else. I remember I was curled up on the couch, scrolling through my phone, when I heard the first knock. It wasn't on the door, it was on the window. Just a single, sharp tap. I froze. At first, I told myself it must have been the tree branch outside. But here's the thing. Our living room window doesn't face any trees. The yard in front of our house is wide open. There was no way something could have brushed against the glass. Still, I shrugged it off. Headphones back in, video playing. Then it came again. This time, not one tap, but 3. Slow. Deliberate. Tap. 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 My chest tightened. I muted my phone and listened. Silence. I thought maybe it was my imagination, maybe the house settling, but then I felt it. The sensation that someone was staring at me. You know when your skin prickles and your body just knows? That's exactly how it felt. I turned my head toward the window, and there he was. A man, standing completely still, his face pressed so close to the glass I could see the fog of his breath forming little circles on the window. His eyes locked on me, wide, unblinking. I shot up from the couch and stumbled backwards so fast I nearly tripped over the coffee table. My heart was hammering in my ears. I wanted to scream, but nothing came out. I finally managed to grab my phone and dial 911 with trembling hands. As I pressed the numbers, the man raised one finger, his index finger, and slowly dragged it across his throat. A silent gesture that made my blood run cold. Then he smiled. I screamed. The operator answered immediately, asking me what the emergency was. I could barely get the words out. I just kept repeating, "There's a man at my window. Please send someone. Please." The dispatcher told me to stay on the line and go somewhere safe until the police arrived. But before I could even move, I heard the doorknob rattle. He wasn't at the window anymore. He was at the front door. I ran upstairs, locked myself in my bedroom, and shoved a dresser in front of the door. The dispatcher kept talking, telling me to breathe, telling me help was on the way. Then came the sound of glass breaking. I screamed again, begging the dispatcher to hurry. I could hear him in the living room, his heavy boots crunching on the shards of glass. He was inside my house. Every floorboard creak made my body seize up. He was walking slowly, deliberately, as if he wanted me to know exactly where he was. He was taunting me. I tried to stay quiet, but then I heard him speak. His voice was low, raspy, and far too calm. "Where are you hiding?" I pressed myself against the corner of my room, covering my mouth with both hands. My entire body shook. And then, silence. No footsteps, no breathing, nothing. For a moment, I thought maybe he'd left. Maybe he'd realized the police were on their way. But then the doorknob to my room turned. It jiggled once, twice, then it rattled violently. I screamed into the phone, "He's here! He's at my door!" The dispatcher told me to stay calm, that the officers were almost there. Suddenly, the rattling stopped. The silence returned. And then, a loud bang against the door. He was trying to break it down. The dresser shook with every hit. My legs felt like jelly. I thought this was it, that he was going to break through and I wouldn't stand a chance. But just as the final bang echoed through the room, I heard something else. Sirens. Red and blue lights flashed through the window. The banging stopped immediately. Footsteps thundered down the stairs, then the sound of the back door slamming shut. The police arrived seconds later, bursting into the house, guns drawn. They searched every corner, but found nothing. The man was gone. They said he must have escaped through the woods behind our neighborhood. The officers stayed with me until my parents came home. They tried to calm me down, but I couldn't stop shaking. For weeks after, I barely slept. Every creak, every shadow outside the window made me jump. The worst part? The police never caught him. And sometimes, late at night, I swear I still hear it. The slow, deliberate sound of tap, tap, tap on the glass.